What was it again?
Jiggy Jag TV. Okay, we'll try this again. Rockapella, welcome to the Fox Theater here in the great salt city of Hutchinson, Kansas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
What did you guys think of sound check at the theater and everything?
Beautiful theater.
Amazing.
Yeah. Love this kind of favorite kind of theater. Kind of these renovated old houses like this is just my favorite place to play.
Yeah. Now, talk to me a little bit about tonight's performance. It's a Christmas show.
Holiday show. We just started our holiday run last night, actually, in Hayes, Kansas. Was our first show. Went great last night. Expect the same tonight. But this kicks off the holiday season for Rockapella, which is a great time of the year for us. We love it, so it's going to be a fun night.
If you don't know Christmas is coming, you will now.
Now, you guys have a special guest on holiday bass, according to your Facebook page.
That's right. All the way over there,
Hey,
Mr. Ryan over there.
So how did you get roped in with these rapscallions for this Christmas show?
I'm friends with the drummer over there, and he gave me a call when they needed a bass.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Now, when you walked out, my photographer, the world famous Bob Hunter over here, he's like, he must be the bass.
We're all shrimps compared to the bass.
Well, tell me about social media. How do you guys use social media to promote the band and everything?
Ooh, well, you got to do it as much as possible. We could probably do a little more. We're working on that, but every opportunity, show people you're alive. You know.
People love to be involved in what
That's
we're
right.
doing. Backstage pictures. Down here, we take pictures and videos, sometimes backstage. Not necessarily in the dressing rooms themselves, but maybe in this type of setting. Just so people can get a feel of kind of what it's like for us interacting down here, having a good time before the show.
And
So
our fans
people love that.
We're always close with our fans. We always have been open with them after the show and like meeting them and everything. So that's just continued online.
Now, you guys have a new album, Motown and More. Tell me about this.
Well, it's got Motown on it.
And more.
And more. Well, it's like I think Rockapella is a good. Like the holiday shows are a great fit because a lot of people already have emotional connections to the songs themselves. So when you hear the Rockapella spin on the edge of Rockapella on those songs, it's a really unique fit. I think, and people really connect that well. So Motown's a lot the same way because people love these songs. They know the Temptations and Stevie Wonder, a lot of the songs. So when you do the Rockapella angle on it, it just is another kind of emotional connection that works, I think.
That's cool. Now, doing my research on you guys, I found out you guys formed in 1986, but you didn't release any albums till 95.
Well, we couldn't get a record deal in the early days because Rockapella was one of the first contemporary a cappella groups around there. So record companies and radio stations didn't really know what to do. And back in the day, you had to have a record company. So I had lived in Japan, and when I came to Rockapella, I hooked up my record company in Japan with Rockapella because they were like, oh my gosh, what is this contemporary Rockapella thing? They didn't have any idea what it was. So Rockapella really kind of blazed the trail over there, and really we've had a simultaneous career in Japan. And so it wasn't until we had the Folgers commercial copy with the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. That was our really greatest hit. That we got so much exposure from that being actually on a TV commercial that record companies in America kind of took notice and say, well, we may not like this, but a lot of people seem to, so we got a record deal, and so finally we've been making records, about 20 of them now since then.
Now, how does the current Motown and More compare to Primer?
Oh my gosh. Well, a few different people. It's a studio album. Primer was live in the studio, not tracked. We were all standing in a circle. So different, both good in different ways.
Yeah. Now, how do crowds react to you guys all over the world? Because you mentioned Japan. You have like a Live in Japan CD. How do the different crowds react to Rockapella, and also especially with doing Christmas tunes as well?
Yeah, right. Well, most of our Christmas shows are now in America. We used to do Christmas shows in Japan because our first Christmas albums were in Japan, strangely enough. But you know, in Japan, they always told us, well, be prepared that they'll really enjoy the show, but they'll be very polite, and they'll sit on their hands, and they'll just be quiet and enjoy it and get up and leave at the end. But the most fanatical audiences we've had were in Japan in the early days. We were kind of like, they would know every word, and they'd be clapping and screaming. You're like, okay.
And the tribute groups, afterward where you would meet and greet and do autographs, a group would come up and say, we are Copypella, or something like that. I am Copy Jeff. And then they would do a accented version of something. Note for note.
That's cool.
So, you know.
Now, now, I don't know. This is something I dug up, so you could kill the messenger later. How does the band The Hijinks compare to Rockapella of today?
Who knows?
Oh man, that was before any of us. That was at Brown University. That really was kind of the germ of Rockapella, because Sean, who was the first guy who kind of, I think, set the tone for Rockapella, came out of that group, and I think it probably set his passion for Rockapella got it going.
Yeah.
And then Rockapella started singing on the streets in New York City when guys got out of Brown University. So we used to sing 76 in Columbus.
Now you guys just recently opened a show for Jay Leno.
We did a couple of weeks ago in New York. What town was that in New York? I forget.
Long Island.
Long Island somewhere. But man, that was such a great show. We got to do a 20-minute opener, and he was really, really nice and down to earth and genuine, and hopefully we get to work with him again.
It's a good combination.
It was great.
We did his first Tonight Show New Year's Eve before he actually took over for Johnny Carson. So we had that connection. He didn't remember us. He's like, wow, you know how long
he
ago
does now.
And how do we find you guys on Facebook and Twitter and all the...
Facebook.com/Rockapella and Rockapella.com.
Let's go.
And we're on iTunes and all that good stuff.
Rockapella Music on Twitter. Yeah, so please hit us up.
Now, I have one request, and I'm sure you probably won't do it, but I have to mark out here. Is there any way I can get you guys to do a little bit of the Carmen Sandiego theme?
1, 2, 3.
Where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
There you go.
Fabulous. Fabulous. That's been a lifelong
No,
goal
we
of
will
mine.
not. We will never
Fabulous.
do
Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.